Hello, everybody. It's Chaz in Omaha. Today, we're going to start a quick series leading up to our Phase 2 launch of Season of Discovery. We're going to have some fun speculating about various class runes that we'd like to see, think people would have fun with. Most of the ideas, I tried to focus on either like class gaps, such as, Rogue and Lock AoE threat is pretty bad, Paladins have no way of AoE healing at all, etc. Or I also focused on like weak slash niche abilities that, maybe you use them, but it never really feels all that good to use them to begin with. Today we're going to go ahead and start with Shaman. Shaman was always my guilty pleasure in Classic. I loved Stormstriking while my friend stood back in the background, popped his trinkets, and chain lightning insta-killed 3 people. So hopefully I'll get to do that again in Season of Discovery. When I saw the tank runes, though, for Shaman at BlizzCon preview, I was like, oh, I'm playing that. That sounds amazing. Thankfully, the tank Shaman has not disappointed us, right? Like, tank Shamans are arguably the best tank overall. Unfortunately, the other 3 Shaman specs aren't really very impressive right now, particularly the DPS. The healer's kind of okay, because the whole Shamrage dual-wield Rockbiter cheese is pretty good for infinite mana. So anyways, first we have their enhancement rune idea. You can see Stormstrike here. We're going to get this at level 40 next phase. If you read the tooltip, it's pretty terrible. A 20-second cooldown, a ton of mana, 106 mana for enhancement is like a crippling amount of mana to use on something you're going to use over and over. And then the debuff is only the next 2 sources, which means that like a Boomkin's gonna wrath twice and it's gonna be gone, or a tank is gonna shock the taunt, it's gonna be gone. Rogue poison is gonna eat it. So I think this ability like needs some serious help, or it's just going to be, it's gonna feel so bad staying in this state. So on screen here you can see like a comparison as to what warriors get at level 40. We have Mortal Strike and Bloodthirst. They hit even harder than Stormstrike. They have a 6-second cooldown, and they have a bonus effect that doesn't get like obliterated by other people doing things to the mob. So here's my proposed rune for Stormstrike. A 6-second cooldown, just like Mortal Strike and Bloodthirst. That seems pretty fair to me. Only 2% base mana or something pretty low, just like Lava Lash, so it doesn't cripple you. Shamans already are crippled by using their shocks at all, right? So I don't think we need to overload them with a whole bunch of abilities that cost a crap ton of mana. And then also a debuff that is permanent if you use the ability on cooldown. Not only that, but this debuff would be super good for making Boomkins and Elemental Shamans a lot better in PvE, because there is no Curse of Nature, right? You get Curse of Shadows and Curse of Elements. So Wrath and Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning just kind of get left out to dry. Alright, so next we can go on to my idea for an Elemental rune. So Searing Totem, as we can see here, it's like, it's usable if you're enhancement or tank. It does some amount of damage, especially when you're soloing. But if you're elemental, it probably feels pretty bad to drop this, because it's like probably not even worth the global, right? And they don't really have a fire totem other than like Fire Nova for AoE that kind of does anything. Now, elemental might already be pretty decent going into phase 2, because they do gain Chain Lightning, which hits really hard, and they finally get their cast time talent for Lightning Bolt. But I would still like them to like keep up with the pack. So my idea for this changing the Searing Totem is to change it into a stacking buff for Lava Burst that should always fully stack itself when the next cooldown comes up. That way, because Elemental Shamans with Chain Lightning, Instant Chain Lightning, and Lava Burst could be pretty terrifying in PvP. This way, it buffs them in PvE while not having too much of an effect in PvP. It'll have a ramp time, so it should be a lot more fair than if we gave them something that just made Lava Burst do 40% more all the time. That would make them actually super delete everybody, even though they're probably still going to do that. All right, so next we have the healing shaman idea. So you can see here with healing stream, this is something also kind of like searing, where like if you're a tank or enhancement and you just have like a free global, you can put it down and it does something, but it's pretty weak, right? Shaman healer, just like elemental, I think has a really good chance of being pretty strong in phase 2, especially the healer shaman, because overloaded chain heal plus the sham rage dual wield rock biter shenanigans is probably going to be insane. But I like the idea of healing stream being a little closer to retail. Don't crucify me, but you know, I want it to be like useful. So this would give them not only an interesting short cooldown similar to Wild Growth, but it would also make healing stream not basically something nobody cares about. All right, and finally for my tank idea, so we have the Strength of Earth Totem here, and this is like a really important buff for shamans, right? And you basically use it unless you have a specific reason to use something like Tremor or Earthbind. But Stoneskin Totem is also actually pretty good, especially when you're tanking a bunch of targets, but then you lose the Strength of Earth, and that feels really bad. Especially in a meta, which I'm sure will continue, where threat is kind of king for tanks. So I have here Strength of Stone, which basically is just a hybrid totem that does both things. There are any number of totems that could be like this and would be pretty sweet, but I think that this one makes a lot of sense because a tank shaman would definitely want to use this, and then they wouldn't lose anything. They would basically just gain some DR for their whole group, which would be sweet, right? Also, I think that this could be done with Wind Fury plus Grace of Air, because cats kind of just have a better Wind Fury right now, right? And that means that you won't be able to use Grace of Air, which I guess is always true. All right, so those are my ideas for shamans. We'll be back again next time with some other class speculation. If you have any ideas or criticism about my ideas, which I'm sure you do, feel free to put them in the comments, and maybe if you have ideas for other classes, I can add them in future videos. Have a good one, everybody.
If your car is out on the street, you might want to fucking do it, or it's got to become an icebox.
Yeah.
Like, Alberta right now is having rolling blackouts because I guess they're just so, like, the power grid is so overwhelmed. They're currently, the wind chill right now is minus 40.
This is a lot of mobs.
Yikes. Cold as balls.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say what it is here, and I felt cold the whole last week. So.
That was an efficient pull.
Vancouver are right now it's minus 11, but with wind chill it's like minus 16.
Oh, I'm now.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's like 51.
I need
yeah,
more people hitting me.
Let's pretend I didn't say anything.
Oh my god, dude.
I need melee hits, man.
Where you live in Florida?
Los Angeles.
We LOS this.
Oh,
We LOS that.
It's okay. No offense taken.
Dude, he crit for 200 with a dagger. That's cray cray. That's cray cray, yo. I don't know what my warrior... I'm using that 1.2 dagger on my warrior. I don't know what that thing hits for. It's weird, though, watching your swing timer when you're using a 1.2 weapon with flurry. Like, it's so fast. It is redonkulous.
Alright, who do we want going down first? Sean and...
I can.
Probably one of the rogues, maybe Zarlin?
Oh, there's one more.
I can go down.
There's one more group on the left, too.
Zarlin's never done it before.
I'm just gonna grab these because they're right here, and we kill the other
Okay.
side.
Sounds good.
But yeah, Zarlin, if you do happen to get put to sleep, you're gonna go into a dream state. You're essentially
We
just
dual
gonna
wield
go heal the mobs that are in the dream world. Find your.
Why do we have to
there's
click on the
something else that's
item?
gonna go down with you, and you're
It's
just
so
gonna kill shit.
pointless.
Once you kill enough stuff, a portal's
Just
gonna
like
spawn.
put it
kinda
on.
looks
We
like a
can't
war-
put it on more than
warlock
one
summoning
piece.
Portal. You click that to come back up.
The dagger for your shaman healing. This
If
thing.
you don't do it in a certain amount of time.
No,
you
you
die.
want the. There's a dagger for actual healing from Akumai and from this guy.
It's important that you kick the shadowy chains spell.
You want spell power daggers, man.
Yeah.
He
pretty
does
much
a bunch
what-
of mind blasts.
He mind blasts like 3 times in a row or something, and then like every fourth spell.
Oh, the
is
1.2
shadowy
caster dagger. There's
chains.
2 of them actually.
Yeah. So
The
when
one
you're
I have is
near
the shitty one.
Kelris,
There's 2 of them.
see
There's a
them
fire
blast
damage one, and then the
just
one you're talking about.
Kick as much as you can.
They're both 1.2 for some reason.
And range can stack on moon.
All right, I'm camping chains, right?
Yeah. If you want to do that, I can focus on the mind blast.
Okay.
You said I'm going down first. Sean Huber, right?
Huber and Dirty, I think.
Are we ready?
Okay, get your rage. And we're pulling right after.
Miss. What is this? How do you miss that much with the dual wield rune on? Here we go!
Mario Kart 8.
You knock out chains again? There it goes. That was wacky. Shadow locked. Look at the threat. Can you see it, Niche?
Road.
That's ridiculous. Be closer to the boss than me, please. Please. Okay, I'm down.
Oh, good. Dirty's tanking.
Looks like Zarlan's tanking.
Zarlan's tanking.
Got it. That was good tagging.
Easy mode. Calculated.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alright, range spread out.
Oh my
Fat
god,
now?
I forgot fapping takes you out of form.
Gotta burn your energy first. Lol. We're
Dust to dust.
yeah. We're
I didn't greach.
Might as well not do it now then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey,
Oh my god,
we did
it
it!
dropped.
Just wait, Sean. You want the turtle? You gonna get him? All right, here we go. I wish this guy didn't move like a Nixia. He's so annoying.
You know, for the breath coming in 3 seconds.
Breath incoming.
Breath? Oh, it's the
Hey.
perfect breath.
That's what we like to see. Dude, I'm gonna need to start dual wielding on every tank, on every boss. Everybody's doing so much damage now.
Breath incoming.
Breath?
Oh, that's not a good one.
A bad breath. Oh, Eel, I see you. Are we phasing?
Dude, I only have 2.
Well, there's
Sean
2
probably
on-
has 3.
I have 2.
Nice.
That's fine. I actually kind of like that.
It makes it easier, right? Because then it's really low damage on both of us.
Spread it out a little bit.
Yeah. Spread the love.
A lot of dual wielding caverns too early. I agree. I do it at level 20. Because it's easier that way. I think doing it at like 16 is just like making your life hard.
I've not talked to you. I'm sorry.
No, don't. You're only back up in case Chaz dies. Which probably won't happen. But it might.
It might.
Breath incoming.
Oh.
Breath
Dude,
no?
he debated me. I thought he was going to be on me. Looks like he debated other people too.
He did.
Somehow I dodged that.
I'll save you, Sean. Don't worry.
420 Mangle. Got him.
Hey.
Whoa.
Breath incoming.
There's a good one.
Crossbow. Calling it.